Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On, Friday edition, and today is a very unique Friday for us. It's the 11th of November, which in a lot of countries of the world is celebrated as a Remembrance Day or a Veterans Day. We have the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, always significant. In Canada, it's celebrated recognizing the fallen soldiers from World War I, and it's continued since that time. In the United States, we have Veterans Day, which is acknowledging all of those service men and women that have taken part during the years. So today we're off to a ceremony a little later this morning, but I wanted to kind of get this edition in before we head out. It's mentioned we're going to have country music today, and this is a country supergroup put together in the mid-'80s, ran until about the mid-'90s. I didn't have any of their music before. I had this gifted to me over the last few months and turned out to be quite a treat. It's the Highwaymen, and the album I have is Best of the Highwaymen, a playlist edition. And you can see here we've got Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash, and Waylon Jennings. Now, we have touched on music by three of those artists before. Obviously, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, we talked about during the Stars Born segment. He was with Barbra Streisand during the 1970s version of that film and the soundtrack. And we looked at Johnny Cash video that I brought out for you. Waylon, no, I really don't have any of his material, so this was the first actual Waylon Jennings recording I had. Now, very different from what I would expect with the country music superstars, and it was a really interesting and fun album. Lots of great tunes. They did a great job, and some of the ones I already had recorded on other albums. One I think in particular, there's one on here of City of New Orleans that we've done on a Willie Nelson album before, but when they did it with this group, the take was a little bit different and really, again, a lot of fun. This group, together for 10 years, there was a number of albums they put out. We've got, give you some idea of some of the songs and what albums it was taken from. Just to give you a quick look, obviously we got a little jacket with it since it's a CD. Some more pictures. Willie without his beard here during that period of time. Musicians that took place. Now the only downside here is I'd have to say they should have listed all the musicians that were playing. They really didn't list who played on the albums other than the main performers. An in-concert shot. Details about the songs and who wrote them. And we wrap up on the final page with just a little information about the playlist albums. But again, a little extra bonus that you get with the hard copies. So let's take a look at what we have on here. Taken from the albums Highwayman 2, Highwayman, The Winning Hand, Heroes, Waylon and Willie, music from Songwriter. And we did talk about Songwriter earlier during one of the soundtrack shows, and that was where Willie and Chris were both together. They each had a side to the LP, plus they did a song or two together as well. We've got Nashville Rebel, a box set, and a single release they did. So here's the tunes. Silver Stallion from Highwayman 2. We've got America Remains, Highwayman 2. Desperados Waiting for a Train from the album Highwayman. Casey's Last Ride from The Winning Hand. Welfare Line from Highwayman. Ballad of $40 from Heroes. We've got Don't Cuss the Fiddle, was from Waylon and Willie. Big River by Highwayman. Against the Wind, the old Bob Seger tune. I was shocked when I heard this, but boy, it was firstly, it's a great song to begin with, so I mean, it's going to be great. With these guys doing it, it was really fun. It was from the original Highwayman album. Eye of the Storm was from Songwriter. Human Condition was a single release. Living Legend from Highwayman 2. The Greatest Cowboy of Them All from the Nashville Rebel box set. And the tune Highwayman. Now, I went online looking for this one and couldn't find it. They do have some Best of the Highwayman albums on there. I didn't notice the playlist one. They've got their individual albums, so there's lots to pick from. Again, I'm not a traditional country and western fan. I don't follow a lot of the new country artists. If you watch the show, you know the kind of people I'm listening to are like Willie, Lyle Lovett, Mary Chapin Carpenter, those kind of people. Not necessarily what people would, again, when I watch the shows on TV with the CMA Awards, not people I often see on there. And it's not the die-hard, old-style country and western that I follow. Now, granted, Willie's been around for a long time. Willie wears lots of different hats, plays a lot of different styles, but he's so unique that everything works. And out of this group, well, Willie and Chris, two I've seen in concert. Willie Nelson, you can always count on a great concert. Very similar to the Willie and Family Live, the album we profiled quite a while ago. If you happen to pull that one out, the two concerts I saw were pretty close to that same set list. Chris Christopherson I saw in concert. We have a couple albums we may touch on later, but again, his was not the same as Willie. I mean, Willie is the living legend. He's got the style, he's got the voice. It's really a great thing if you get a chance to see him. I don't know if he's touring too much right now, but if you get a chance, check it out. So that's it for Friday. A little something to kick off your weekend. Some fun music, some familiar tunes, names you recognize. Unfortunately, Waylon, the only thing I think of when I think of him is Dukes of Hazzard. But anyways, a lot of great artists here. So Willie, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash, and Waylon Jennings, the Highwaymen. Check it out. That's it for this week. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.